CMA Part 2, Section C, Essay 2, a biggie. It's a real biggie, gentlemen, ladies, a longer essay type, but comparatively easier. It looks difficult, apparently, but it is not as difficult. Colobrook Incorporated produces premium ice cream in a variety of flavors. Over the past several years, the company has experienced rapid, continuous growth, and it is planning to increase manufacturing capacity by opening production facilities in new geographical areas. These initiatives have put pressure on management to better understand both their potential markets and associated costs. Colobrook's management identified three aspects of their current operations that could affect the new market expansion decision. Number one, the market you are entering is highly competitive. The company's current marketing strategy and the company's current cost structure. These three things must be discussed before we decide to expand. Since the company began operations in 1990, Colobrook has used the markup approach for establishing pricing. What is markup? You base your pricing on cost. You add a certain percentage profit and you come up with the selling price. So they have been using markup approach for establishing prices for a 6-gallon containers of ice cream. 6-gallon containers. Okay, they might be the sellers for large restaurants probably. The product prices include the cost of material and labor, of course, cost of production, markup for profit, and overhead cost, a standard $20 for overhead and markup, and a market adjustment. This is given right here. Your material, your markup, market adjustments, 29 plus 20, 49 plus 1, market adjustment 50. 28 plus 20, 48 plus 7, 55. So that's exactly what is written here. The product prices include the cost of material and labor, a markup for profit and overhead costs, and a standard $20, and this is over $20, and a market adjustment given in the last call. Okay. The market adjustment is used to appropriately position a variety of products in the market. So this adjustment, for some items it's less, for some it's more, just to position your product in the right map, right location in the market. The goal is to price the product in the middle of comparable ice cream offered by competitors while maintaining high quality and high differentiation. So this adjustment is just to keep your pricing between the higher and lower ends in the market so as to keep your image as well as the connotations of quality and product differentiation you have maintained over the years. So 1990 onwards. So the year is 2007. Sale for 2007 based on Colobrook's markup pricing are presented below by product. These are the boxes sold at these prices. This is your cost of material and labor. And this is how he has come up with the table. Let me show you. He has multiplied the boxes sold with the individual selling price, and the end result is shown here. Right? Then what he's done, your material and labor multiplied by the units, this gives you your material and labor cost. So this is your total material and labor cost other than overheads. This is your total sales. Fine, this is the first page of the assay type. There's one more page. Assuming that sales volume will not be affected by the new target pricing, sales volume will stay the same. Means 10, 2, 12, 5, 12, 9, 13, 6 and 49, total 14. Sales volume will stay the same. Assuming sales volume will not be affected by the new target pricing, the company believes that improvements will yield 125,000 decrease in the labor expenses. This is the reduction in labor cost, and a 25% reduction in overhead expenses. Right? Important information. Your labor cost will go down by 125. Your overhead will fall by 25%. Okay. For the year 2007, Colobrook before tax return on sale was 7%. Company's overhead expenses were 50,000, and these 50,000 are going to go down by 25%. This reduction is in this amount. Remember, important point to be noted. 500,000 variable overhead will fall by 25%. Okay. Selling expenses stay the same. Administrative expenses stay the same. Interest expenses 30. Marginal tax rate is 30%. Right? What else? Colobrook is considering replacing markup pricing where you take cost as a base, you add certain markup and that's final selling price, just like the case. We want to replace this old outdated markup pricing with target costing and has prepared the table below to better compare the methods. Globook tries to appeal to the top 30% of the retail sales customers, including restaurants, cafes. That's why I was wondering, they sell their ice cream in 6-gallon containers. Do we eat ice cream in containers? Gallons? Big, large drums? Of course not. So they sell to the restaurants and cafes, means in large quantity, bulk sellers. So in positioning Globook's products, 3 dimensions are considered: price, 1 dimension, quality, and product differentiation. Accordingly, there are 3 main competitors in the market: A, B, and C. A is a low-cost producer, low quality but high standardization for every customer, same product for everyone. B has average cost, moderate quality, differentiation is different, catering to different market. Competitor C, high cost, high quality, and its product is much different than the rest of the market, high differentiation. This is the new plan. We want to sell our item at 53, 53, 50, 50, which were previously sold at 50, 55, 48, and 49. We are going to revise our prices this way. These are the prices charged by competitor A, B, and C. So that was quite an extensive, detailed assay type. Information was quite detailed. Let us see what is needed, what we require to answer. First question, describe target costing. Target costing simply involves 5 steps. First, we take the established market price. Currently, let's say if the existing market price of the related product is $100, for example. That's the first step. Let me show you the first step. You take the market price as given. That's the first step. Right? I want 30% of the sale price as my desired profit. My desired profit is $30. If 100 is the expected selling price, 30 is the profit that I want, it means then I must make my product at $70. This is what you call my target cost. I have to achieve this cost. Only then I will be able to sell it at 100 and make a profit of $30. This is called the target selling price. This is called the target profit. And this must now be your target cost. Problem is, your cost accountant, like you people CMAs, when you calculated the cost of production, you say the cost per gallon or cost per item would be $85. Now that's a huge gap. This is the cost you want, target cost. This is the current cost. This is called the cost gap. What you should do? Abandon the product? No. There is an idea you will discuss in CMA Part 1, Section D, Business Process Improvement. The concept is called value engineering. You might have discussed a little bit in Section C. Value engineering is a scientific approach where we study our processes in much finer detail scientifically. We try to determine which of the costs are essential for the product, which are the activities essential for the production process, and which are the activities which are just causing cost for no benefit. Such activity is called value engineering. We want to identify those activities which are just incurring cost but maafi fayda. Like handling cost. It's a cost but no practical benefit for the consumers. Storage, huge mustawda, huge warehouse, millions of dollars are spent every year on storage cost, but maafi fayda for no benefit for the consumers. Such costs like material handling, ordering, production scheduling, warehousing, these costs are just costs with maafi fayda. Such costs must be eliminated. Such costs which have no benefit in the eye of the consumers are called non-value added cost. Eliminate them if possible or minimize them. Doing this way, we can reach the targeted cost level. We just don't want to compromise on quality. We want to reduce our cost through a continuous process called the Kaizen, continuous improvement. We want to reduce our cost by eliminating unnecessary activities by eliminating non-value added costs. This way we can achieve our targeted cost and make a nice $30 profit per unit and convert our loss into profit. That's what you call the value engineering. That's the idea of target costing. So that can you describe in a paragraphic form this way: determine the market price, determine desired profit, and this and that, right? So value engineering to identify the ways we can reduce cost without compromising on quality. Cost reduction is the objective, but we don't want to compromise on quality. That's an important point to remember. Question 2. Analyze and compare the two alternative pricing methods, markup pricing, target costing. They are totally opposite in direction. Markup pricing starts with the cost. We add certain percentage of our desired profit to cost and we come up with a price. As simple as that. But target costing is much difficult. Target costing involves setting up the target price, deduct desired profit margin, you achieve target cost. That target cost must be achieved through value engineering, through idea of non-value added cost. We have discussed same thing here. This is exactly what we target cost. We start from the competitive pricing. Accordingly, we motivate process improvement, increase product profitability by reducing product costs, eliminating non-value added activities which are of no use for the company. Like example I've given you: storage, material handling, scheduling, ordering. All these the cost not specifically beneficial for the consumer. So the dimension of both are different. Markup pricing are based upon cost upwards, whereas target cost moves downwards. Here we start from cost, go up and reach the selling price. Here we start from selling price and go down to the target cost. That's the different approach, and that's exactly what he has discussed here. Question 3, and that's the challenging one. Assuming that sales volume will not be affected by the new product pricing based on target costing. Assuming that the sales volume will not be affected by the new product pricing based on target costing, and that the process improvement will be implemented, calculate Clobooks before tax return on sales using proposed target pricing. We have been given target pricing in our second page of the essay type. This is the target price: 53, 53, 50, 50. Now let us see how do we get the profit. Alright, gentlemen, I need your attention. Our pricing are going to change now. A new pricing, as I just saw, let me show you the next page. It's 53, 53, 50, 50. Volume stays the same. So it's 53, 53, 50 and 50. This will give you the new sales revenue. This will give you the new sales revenue. How you will calculate the revenue? 53 multiplied by this, 53 multiplied by 10,500, 12,900, 50, 30. If you calculate these all, the first number would be 10,200 multiplied by 53, that is 540,600. I'm going to write 540,600. Next is 53 multiplied by 12,500. It's 662,500. Then you are doing all this working on your rough papers. Please remember, 50 multiplied by 12,900 gives you 645. And last item is raspberry ice cream, will be sold at 50 multiplied by 13,600. That is 680. If you add all these, 680, 645 plus 662,500 plus 540,600, it gives you 2528,100. This is your sales revenue, which you have noted down and which you will put this way: 252,8,100, right? This is the exact number we found out. We noted it down on rough paper and we have put it here, right here. Next, we need to go back and see, this is your material and labor. Since the production volume is the same, we have just changed the pricing. This is the cost, 13,488, noted down. 13,488,400. There is an important piece of information in the next slide. It says, improvements in the process would result in 125% decrease in labor expenses. You need to reduce this cost, which is already given, by $125,000. So 138,400 134,800, 134,800 less 125,000. It's 122,3,400. This is your new, and you will note it down on your paper. This is your new material labor cost, which is given right here. 122,3,400, exactly 122,3,400, right? Done. Second number is calculated this way. Next we have your variable overheads. It says variable overheads 500, they will fall by 25%, right? If this is the case, existing variable overheads falling by 2,500 per 25%, the new variable overhead would be 25%, 375. Is it? Let's see. 375, correct. So you got the sales, simple. You got the material labor by deducting 125. You got your variable overhead. This is the contribution now. The rest of it is given. Everything is given. 250, 180, 30 is given as it is. See right here. 250, 180, 300, 30. All are given. 250, 180, 30. And there you go. So apparently it looked very difficult, but it was a very simple arithmetic. You just have to be attentive. You shouldn't be bogged down with the enormity of the question. Follow the right procedure. Remain calm and composed, and there you go. Right? You calculated your pre-tax operating income. Then recommend which pricing method Klobuk should use in the future and explain why. Gentlemen, very important conclusion we can draw from here. This is your pre-tax operating profit. This is your sales. Let us see it is what percentage of 469,700 based upon target costing, target pricing, divided by 2,528,100. It's 18.579%. This is your operating profit margin. Look at what we were earning before. Look at what you were earning before. Yeah. For the year 2007, Klobuk's before tax return on sale was 7%. 7%. Using target pricing, reduction in the cost, your profit has jumped from 7% to a whopping 18.57%. This is what target costing can do to you. Target costing can work wonders. Look at this. Preferable is target pricing. Why? Because our return on sales rose from 7% to 18.5%. We have just calculated. It will also motivate the management, and it will, but you have to see the action of competitors also, because you have three leading competitors, A, B, and C. So they can compete with you head on. These three competitors given. Competitor A is operating at standardized product. He can jump in this category. You are right here. Maybe C can come in this. So there could be that these A, B, C competitors can reposition themselves. So answer to the question is that we should adopt and select target costing, because it will increase our target margin from 7% up to 18.5%. Right? So that completes your essay type 2 section C.